What's up, Toronto? I'm your girl Lisa Hott, and this is Hott TV.
Who's hot? Who's hot? Who's hot? Hott TV. Hott TV. Check me out, ma. I'm on Hott TV. Check me out. What you know about me? Been doing my thing. Was born for this scene. Check me out, ma. I'm on Hott TV. Do it for myself, my fans, and my team. We got that heat. You know I always rep my city. You are now watching Hott TV.
Welcome back. This week I'm hanging in the studio with DJ Sample King. Check it out. So please introduce yourself to Hott TV.
Hott TV. But them must say man a sample. Sample King. Video me no. Video me no Nisa. Video me watch. Video me glass. Video me art. Bossy.
Life nowadays tougher than concrete. Can't get no work, me have to take it to the street. Money have to make canned food, have to eat. Me go a West Club by the best, and when me come back, me have the highest on the block ready to run that. Me no hungry no more, check the down, bring the gun back. Nobody never have any gunshot.
How important is it to have that cosign from Yard? Or how important do you think it is to kind of also have your career moving down there?
Well, Jamaica is the headquarters, reggae music. Right? I do dancehall music, so dancehall is Jamaica. So if you're not recognized in Jamaica, then you're not really recognized worldwide as being a serious dancehall entertainer.
Okay.
So it's very, very important to have that cosign.
Dope. Give us some dancehall terminology. So it's a little bit different. So the DJ is actually the performer, right? The DJ isn't the person spinning the record necessarily.
No, the DJ is the artist.
Yeah.
The who plays the music, them call him a selector.
Alright.
You understand? So the DJ is actually the MC.
Why did you choose dancehall? You could have been anything in the whole world. Why did you choose to?
When I choose dancehall because I was born in Jamaica, so dancehall in my blood. You know, dancehall is in my blood, and as a youth growing up, I listened to Bounty Killer, Beanie Man, and them doing their thing. I used to do my thing in high school. Just in Toronto.
In Toronto?
Yeah.
Okay.
In high school in Toronto. I grew up in Toronto. I was born in Jamaica, but I grew up in Toronto. So dancehall is just a music that's in my system.
My life more better, RICH forever. Cause I got all my life to live. Me health and me strength and all of me limbs. So me belly now go rumble.
So how important is it to have a positive message in your music?
Well, music is very powerful, so you have to be careful what you spit out of your mouth these days, because you them gravitate to it. So if you're bang shoot them up all the while, that's what they're gonna be. They're gonna bang up and shoot up. So we just want to show them a different way. That music could be fun, it could be happy. It doesn't always have to be so harsh, you know. So I try to keep a balance, you know. I try to keep a good balance in the music.
So what was life? Where did you grow up? You know, what's your
Definitely,
story?
I grew up in one of the roughest parts of Toronto, which is in Scarborough, a place called Cataraqui.
All right.
I've been in Cataraqui from a young age, and I've seen it all. So that influenced me a lot in knowing the streets, back and forth. I know the streets, but I was smart enough to kind of separate the hood from life. As you grow, you kind of learn, and you kind of separate yourself from the block, and go step outside and just do the business, and then bring back this positive message to the block. But I grew up in a very, very, very rough neighborhood.
Describe it to us.
Cataraqui Block 13. I mean, from cops harassing us, from there's shootings, there's drugs, guns, name it. Is this when you talk about Jane and Finch, you can talk about Cataraqui in the same light. You know, so yeah.
Hard to make it out of.
Yeah, it's hard to get out of there, because once you're in there, you can't really see outside.
What do you want? What's the dream?
Well,
Yachts.
taking it to sky's the limit.
Right?
Sky's the limit. I want to sit down beside Jay-Z.
Come on.
Mr. Jiggaman. I said, Sample, what going, you know what I'm saying? What going Beyonce? You understand?
This is what I'm saying.
Them level. So this is where the music is going to take, and it's actually getting there right now. I could actually see it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a great feeling.
Dope. Okay, so let's talk about the work ethic, because this is one of the things everybody kind of feels like, especially nowadays, it's easy. How difficult is it? What kind of hours are you putting in? How often are you in the studio? How often are you writing? How often are you having to sacrifice and be away from your family on tour? What's the reality?
Put it this way, I live in Toronto,
Yeah.
but a lot of people now think I live in Jamaica because of how often I'm in Jamaica. I'm here for a month. When you don't see me, I'm in Jamaica for a month and a half. Back here for 2 weeks, in Jamaica for a month. I stay up all night. I wake up late, so I guess it balanced out. I wake up at about noon, 1 o'clock. I go to bed at 4 or 5 o'clock religiously every night. You know, just putting in the work. So it's a lot of work, but if you want to see something good, you have to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to see results. And I strongly believe in hard work, so I grind, I go hard.
Dope.
You know.
Give us a sample of some of that work. Get in the booth for us, sir, please. If you don't mind.
I'm gonna splash on them. Okay, watch me. Check it. Okay, this is how we roll. Cadillac Jeep on cruise control. Tan leather seat with the blue console. Girls them see me and I lose control. This is how we stay. Come and make money like every day. Bank book fat, come and just get paid. Check it. From Jamaica to Tida, tan back to Jamaica. Same some we have the city lot. Big car, big bike, big house, pan the lot. Black big body Benz off white Cadillac. Me going all out. Got it like that, clear them all out. Every time me a shop, ball out. When them say the Oma stop when the 8 show. Hey! Sample king, be a sample shoe, sample clothes, sample thing. Be a sample chain, sample watch, sample ring. Be a sample cam, have be a sample rim. Be a sample Benz and be a sample beam. Be a sample videos and be a sample film. Be a sample gram, sample ask and me win. I be a sample last can me eat sample shims and I be a sample vodka me drink sample gin. Be a sample haircuts and be a sample trim. Be a sample smiles and I be a sample green. For example, be a sample be upon my chin. Sample king, check me. Video me now. Video me now. Don't stop video. Video me this, video me that, video me chain, video me watch, video me glass, video me hand, video me pants, video me stash, video me pin and them diamonds in it. Check out my grills, them shining in it. Me things them up on the sky at the limit. Hollywood, sample king. Check.
I'm good with that. I'm great with that. That was crazy.
This is your boy Sample King, you understand? Check out my video right now, I Will Survive. I'm a go-getter, man a sample. Nisa Hott. Hott so. Hotty, bouncy.
Welcome back. Lady Record has always been at the backbone of Toronto's hip-hop scene. I went to hang out with them at their new location. How long has the store been open, sir?
Store been open since 1990.
Wow.
When I first started the record business,
Yes.
I just wanted to let people understand, like the underground music.
Yeah.
Because I was always into the underground music. I wasn't too much into the commercial, poppy stuff, right? I was always buying like stuff from England, US, like underground artists, right? And then as time went on, Canadians, they started producing records, and then I wanted to help them out, and that's why I started a label.
How's your customer changed over the years?
We serving collectors now.
That's true.
Few DJs, but before it was all DJs, right? We used to supply all the clubs, all the underground parties, all the DJs, but now it's just collectors.
Hey, this is Steve. You're watching Hott TV, and guess what we're gonna watch next? Let Your Backbone Slide by Store Fresh West.
Oh, that's perfect.
Thanks for hanging out with me another week. Up next, Shop. So is love colorblind?
Of course. Yeah, love is colorblind for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You believe love is colorblind?
Sure. My daughter right there, you ask her.
Hey, Munchkin!
I don't know. Human beings are human beings. Everybody has their personality differences, and I don't think it has anything to do with color. I look past that. Like, I grew up not looking at color. It was never an issue. So.
What about your parents, though?
What do my parents think about it?
Yeah, do they have a preference? Did you grow up with like your
No.
parents saying, "Oh, really"?
No, not really. No. Not
Does
at all.
anybody remember their parents having a preference about the race of the person that they date or marry? Saying anything about it?
My dad kind of knew it. I had black friends since I was a kid, so you kind of seen it coming. I don't think I've been with a white girl in over like 10 years, something like that.
You forgot how to
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot what it even looks like. I don't know.
But if love is blind, but if we go back to love is blind,
yes, yes.
how come?
Exactly. That's what they say.
For me, it's just, I guess I'm just more comfortable.
Okay, you know what?
I'm more comfortable with the culture because I've been around it, and yeah, I just seem to click and get women of different ethnicities, especially black women. So what it is, I don't know. They seem to like me too. So.
He's got a neck.
But that's what, I was going to ask you that. Why do you think they are attracted to you?
Huh?
Say.
Could be the swagger.
Really?
I'm the only white guy in the barbershop.
Have you ever been with a woman that says that she only dates white guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, but that's what I was getting
I get
to.
that.
Do you believe that they're
I hate when people say that. Like, I only date this. I never ever live it myself. Whoever I like, I like. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have nothing to do with, if they like me back, then it's perfect. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if they're
So you don't have a
Chinese,
preference?
Indian, as long as I'm attracted to the person and they're attracted back, it's perfect, man.
How do you feel your relationship is like? How do you feel like you're seen by other people? Do you think people
I
are?
can tell you this. Okay,
Please
I
do.
can tell you this. So, for example, I don't know if maybe I was always different than a lot of my friends I used to hang around with. So in high school, I used to get teased about, you're with the white girl, you're with the Spanish girl, you're with that Indian girl, Chinese girl, whatever. And the experience that I experienced was not with, the guys were teasing me, but they're now all having kids with white girls and interracial relationships now too, where they swore up and down that they would never date out of their race. It was more or less from the girls, black women. They would give me the look.
Or black women.
Okay. Are you saying there's a look? Are you saying there's a look? Is there a look?
There is.
Yeah.
I experienced it back in the day.
There's a look?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, for me, for coming from the other side, yeah, there's things I look for.
No, as a black woman, I want to challenge that. Because then the assumption is that we all have a problem with it. And I feel like as soon as I see an interracial couple, they're expecting me to have a problem with it. And I don't care. So it's like...
You know what? That's good news.
All black men feel that way.
That's good news. Because I always thought, growing up.
No, please don't treat us like we care. Because a lot of us are dating guys like Caddy. You know what I mean?
They all have the same, they all have the same personality or attitude as you have. Because I've seen it and I felt like, whoa. She was looking at me oh, she's looking at the girl I'm with, like she wants to rip her face out. She doesn't know it. And even white girl
I don't
will
think
be
that.
like,
I disagree with
No.
that.
even white girls
I
will be like,
experienced that. I've experienced that. I personally experienced
But they're upset with
where,
the woman?
Where, no.
Or upset with you?
I've had
well, they're looking them up and down like,
where I was with, like, me and the girls on a date, for example, right? We go to a club.
Okay, this is
And the girl actually was physically intimidated by the girls because they were actually trying to corner her, like if they wanted to beat her. Now, but this is a different time. I'm not applying the early 90s to 2016 because it's a lot different now, right?
Yes.
But I've had girls threaten to beat up the girls, straight up. Like, I've been there.
back in the day. Yeah,
Back in the day, it was a little different. And like I said, I was a different dude. I always used to think I used to swim upstream as opposed to follow like sheep. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'll say
I
this.
was embarrassed. Honestly, I felt embarrassed going on the subway and holding white girls' hands.
It's
Like
okay,
if it was a
don't
white girl,
worry,
I felt embarrassed holding her hand.
or whatever.
Because I felt like society made me feel uncomfortable. Like I was doing something wrong.
Black men typically don't care. To be honest with you, they typically don't care. Women don't give looks, but I don't get like I'm mad at you look. Maybe they're just curious or interested.
Ha.
They have. They maybe want to do it.
On this side. Have you noticed that there are some people that are willing to date outside of their race, but won't want to marry outside of their race?
Yeah, I've experienced girls like that where they'll date and sleep with black men, but they'll marry and have kids with a white guy, for example.
Right. Have your fun with the black guys. Have your fun with the black guys. But you're not married.
Greek or like that.
Italian, Greek, they love, or the ones that I met, love black women.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they will never marry them.
But they would never marry a black woman.
Yeah.
They won't marry more.
I mean, obviously that's a wide thing.
Yeah.
But generally, most
Do you guys discuss race in your relationship?
No.
Do you and Mish? You and Mish never discuss race? In 2016, that hasn't come up?
What do you mean?
Like race, like if we're talking about, I don't know.
In a relationship? Yeah.
Like our relationship, like how we feel about
Racism, I don't know, shootings and stuff like that. Like,
absolutely.
are you comfortable discussing race and your differences?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 You,
100%.
in most of your relationships, there's never been anybody that you felt like maybe race was like something you didn't want to bring up. You didn't want to discuss your differences. You know what I
Well,
mean?
because
I've never
like for example, my last girlfriend, she was Persian.
Yeah.
So race was more of an issue on her side of the family than on my side of the family, right?
Okay.
So it's come up where we've had discussions about race and how a certain how her culture would have perceived, her dating outside of her race. I don't really even consider it outside of her race anyways, right? Because they consider Persians more closer to black than white anyways.
Sure.
But I think also the differences was religion. She was Muslim, and I'm more of a spiritual person, right? So those are the other conversations I had.
How comfortable are you discussing race with the woman that you date? Like, does that stuff come up?
Typically, to be honest with you, no, not really.
It doesn't usually come up.
No. I'm trying to think of an example. Not really, no, I don't talk about it.
What's weird?
Maybe the stuff that's going on, that's the only thing I won't talk about is the stuff that's going on in the States and the relationship, because I won't pretend to know. Just because I get the culture, I don't pretend to know certain things.
We're in America now. You asked me this question in America. My answer would be totally different because of my environment. You know what I mean? And if I lived in the States, obviously I'm living in a black neighborhood because it's more segregated. So it'd be harder for me to find anybody outside of my race to date. You know what I mean?
I feel like there's a bigger issue down there too.
Absolutely.
In a racial,
You
get a lot more
let's
states
not
down there.
get into it. Race is a big issue in Canada.
Toronto, yeah.
It's just more
Toronto,
underground.
people don't care.
I don't think they care as much. I don't think they care as much as the States.
No, I think Canada suffers from a thing called racial denial, where they deny racism, that it doesn't exist here.
I did have one incident that actually really messed me up. My sister was taking her across the street, just them two.
Yeah.
And we're actually at a Value Village. And they crossed the street before me. I held back. And some guy pulled up beside them and started cussing at them about, you're the reason my, something that happened to his mom or something like that.
What?
So he started saying racial slurs towards my sister. So it's funny that I've never got that with her, but he clearly thought that was her child. So he felt brave. As soon as I came up, I approached the side, and then he finished what he was saying and he took off. But that was like the first time where I felt like I had to look at my culture and judge.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was almost like I didn't know how to feel.
Yeah.
It was kind of torn.
I did it.